Good morning, teachers and students of Khammam and Suryapet district, and my heartful thanks to technical team who are backbone and lead the total this program. Welcome to my session. This is Sripali Upendra, ZPHS Penbad, SK Bioscience. Students, we know so far we are discussing so many topics about the respiration. Further topics are very important topics are today we will discuss. So respiration is a process to release energy. It is the energy releasing process in our body, not only in human beings, but also the respiration is very important to releasing energy in all living organisms. So last some classes we are discussing about the so many topics about the respiration. What is respiration? What is the importance of respiration? And how the respiration is takes place in human beings, and not only human beings but also in remaining different types of living organisms. So what is cutaneous respiration? The main organs for respiration are skin, and also bronchial respiration. It is important respiration in fishes and um, water organisms. And like that, today we are discussing one more topic about the respiration in plants. Yes, so many people are think that plants do not require oxygen. Only the plants can do photosynthesis. Only they prepare food in this process. They not require oxygen. But it is not. It is a wrong statement. Why? Because the plants also wants to energy, and also the plants requires oxygen. Plants also performs a successful respiration process. Here the students will feel, can plants respire? What are the parts that can use to breathe in plants? How gases exchange takes place in plants? In last some classes, we are observed so many types of respiratory systems. Bronchial respiratory system, what are the important organs in gills? Important organ gills in fishes, and pulmonary respiration. Lungs are important organs in human beings, and skin is important respiratory organ in cutaneous respiration. So like this, if plants respire, what are the important respiratory organs in plants? Can plants breathe? From where the plants can breathe? From where the oxygen is enter into the plant's body? So let us discuss how the gases exchange takes place in plant's body in this class. So respiration is plants. Respiration is also required by plants. Respiration is also a process which is mainly purpose for releasing of energy, not only in living organism but also in plants. Why? Because plants also one type of living organisms. You know that plants can respire all the time because their cells need energy to alive to exist. The plants need oxygen. The plant cells need energy to this really energy releasing process. They require oxygen. So the plants can respire all the time. Plants can do photosynthesis when there are light but respire in the night. Already you know the about photosynthesis process. The photosynthesis process is occurs or performed by plants only when light is present. There is no light, there is no photosynthesis. But respiration is not like that. Respiration is respired by plants all the time. There is no depend on the light. Light dependency is not important here. So plants respire all the time, day and night. But photosynthesis process taken only at daytime. Why? Because sunlight is very important for photosynthesis. You know this. If there is no sunlight in the dark time, in night time, the photosynthesis is absent. But respiration is not like that. Day and night respiration process will performed by plants. Plants have well-developed respiratory parts in different locations for breathing. In human beings, nose, lungs, like that. These are the respiratory organs. Like this, plants also have different types of respiratory organs in different locations. Leaves respire by one part and stem respire by one part. Roots are respire by one part. In this way, different locations, the plants have different respiratory organs. So observe, are you identify this diagram? This diagram already we know in previous classes. 4 years ago in 6th class, we know you know about this part. This part is present in leaves. Are you identify the name of this part? This part is stomata. Yes, stomata. This part is stomata, which is present inside the leaves. So what is the importance of stomata? Let me discuss in next slides. So here it is the stem of a plant. There are some spots-like structures are observed you on the stem. What are these parts? So I say in next slide, I say the names of these spots. So here the another structure of these parts in another plant. The stem also have some parts. These are the breathing parts. I say the names of these breathing parts in next slide. Students, here also you observed a plant stem have different types of spots. What is the importance of these parts? So why these parts on the stem and what is the duty of these parts? What is the name of these parts? Let's we discuss. Each plant part breathes through its external layer cells. Yes, roots breathe through root hairs. Stems breathe to its epidermic openings known as lenticels. Leaves breathe through stomata. Here we confirm that there are different locations, different types of parts to respire. The plants has. So the roots are respired by root hairs. The stem is respired by lenticels. So these parts, what I say just a minute ago, these parts are lenticels. What are these parts? These parts are lenticels which are present on the stem. The main duty of these lenticels are to take oxygen into the plant's body. It is related to stem, only for stem. So lenticels are used for taking oxygen and release of carbon dioxide into the stem. The duty of lenticels are respiration in the stem. And you know about stomata. Already the stomata term, the duty of stomata, the function of stomata, you know well. The stomata are present in leaves. This is responsible. The stomata is responsible for gases exchange inside the leaves. The root hairs are responsible for respiration in roots. Majority of gas exchange, different locations, different parts are there in plant's body, but majority of gas exchange, nearly 80 to 90% of majority of gas exchange takes place by leaf stomata. Student, are you remember this experiment? Before 4 years ago, you do this experiment in your class 6th. Remember and recapitulate this experiment, what we do and what is the purpose of this experiment and what we know about this experiment. We take a empty dry polythene cover and insert it to a leaf. One end is tightly string with a thread or rubber band. Already we do this experiment in class 6. You recapitulate the purpose of this experiment after some time. After 1 hour or 2 hours, the polythene cover is filled with some droplets. Where from these droplets are coming? From where the droplets are filled in this cover? Yes, there are a small pores, very, very small pores, microscopic pores are present on the surface of the leaves. The names of the pores are stomata. Yes, you observe the microscopic structure of stomata. It is here. It is the present inside the leaf. Main location for gas exchange is stomata in leaf. In leaves, the stomata are responsible. The stomata are responsible for gases exchange inside the leaves. On each side of the stomata, an oval-shaped guard cell and several accessory cells are present. You just observed the structure of stomata. There are kidney-shaped or oval-shaped. Two cells are cover the stomatal pore. The central pore, this pore or hole known as stoma. Stoma is covered by two guard cells and accessory cells also present. What is the duty of guard cell? Let's we discuss. Guard cells regulates the opening and closing of stomata. You know that when guard cell bulges and shrinks, it is regulates the and regulates the movement of stoma and stomata. Finally, it is directly or indirectly used to gases exchange. Not only gases exchange. In previous slide, you observe this experiment. This experiment main purpose is transpiration. What is transpiration? The excess water is released out from the small pores of the leaf known as stomata. Not only gas exchange, but also excess water is sent out by the stomata which are present on the leaves. So transpiration, the process already you know that. Now we discuss about how gases exchange takes place through the stomata. Guard cells which are cover the stomatal pore regulates the movement of stomata. With this regulates and with these movements the gases enter into the stomata and then leave, and after energy releasing process the carbon dioxide is produced. The carbon dioxide is also sent out by the stomata. Finally, these kidney shaped or oval shaped guard cells and accessory cells are regulates the movement of stomata and regulates the movements of respiration. Gases exchange and transpiration occurs through the stomata. So here is a video. Observe the structure of stomata, just where it is present, how many stomata are present on leaf. So it is the leaf. We go a closest part of the leaf. We are very close to leaf. And then it is the microscopic view of a leaf. Observe the small spots. The spots are known as stomata, very near to microscope. So all these parts are stomatas. Yes, this is the pore, leaf pore. What is stomata? This is very, very microscopic. This is very, very small. We cannot see with our naked eye. Just we can see only with microscope. Only in section cutting of leaf we observe the leaf pores. Oxygen enter into the leaves through the stomatal openings. Yes, you are observing a small opening, small pore on the surface of the leaves. Atmospheric oxygen is entered into the leaf through the stomata. Why? Because oxygen enter into the leaf for respiration purpose, for energy releasing purpose. Students, already you know photosynthesis purpose. Photosynthesis is main purpose is to produce energy, glucose. This glucose is supplied by leaves, phloem cells, phloem tissues to all cells. When the cell need energy, it is combined with oxygen. Already you know the purpose of respiration, target of respiration. So this glucose is mixed with oxygen, then only energy releases. This energy is used for different functions, different cellular functions in the plant's body. So oxygen entry is very important. Oxygen entry into the plant is very important. So from the stomata, oxygen, atmospheric oxygen is entered into the plant's body. Carbon dioxide also enter into the plant's body from the stomata for the process of photosynthesis. But oxygen is enter into the plant's body for the process of respiration. That is energy. Photosynthesis is energy producing process, and respiration is energy releasing process. Both are very, very important correlated processes, photosynthesis and respiration. These openings are lead to series of spaces between the cells inside the plant. Yes, these spaces are mainly caused to air diffusion and air spreading into the all cells. These spaces are very large leaves, much smaller in the parts of the plant. The air spaces are lined with water where oxygen is dissolved in the process of cell wall into the cytoplasm. Yes, that is the process of how oxygen enter into and inside of the total tissues and total parts of the plant's body. Here, sugar is broken down into carbon dioxide and water. The main function of respiration, main target of respiration is this one. Glucose or sugar is broken down into carbon dioxide and water. Then the energy is released. This energy is used for the raw energy is produced by photosynthesis. This raw energy is broken down into different energy process. In this energy process, only this type of energy the plant cells can use. So in the respiration process, the energy is released. This energy is used for plant's body in different cellular functions. Students, already I say glucose is formed in photosynthesis. Glucose is transported by phloem cells in different parts of the plant's body. Where these parts to need energy, respiration takes place and glucose is broken down. Already we discussed about this sentence. Respiration, a main process, main target is releasing energy from the glucose. This energy is used for different cellular functions. In this process, in this respiration process, carbon dioxide also released. Besides energy, the carbon dioxide and water also released. This carbon dioxide must be sent out. In our human beings body also, the carbon dioxide is sent out in inhalation and exhalation. Like the same way in the plant's body also, the poisonous carbon dioxide is how the sent out from the human body. Likewise, here the plant's body also carbon dioxide sent out. But here a small change from human being's body and plant's body. Carbon dioxide is also utilized by plants in the process of photosynthesis. But in human beings' body, carbon dioxide is sent out. Carbon dioxide is a poisonous and wastage gas to human beings. But the carbon dioxide is a very essential gas for photosynthesis purpose in the plants. But in respiration process, carbon dioxide is sent out. Sometimes our elders suggest us don't sleep under the trees during the night. Yes, is it correct? What is the scientific reason involved in their suggestion? Yes, it is a very simple to understand. So in the noon, when the sunlight is very bright, photosynthesis process is very active. Then the atmospheric carbon dioxide is taken and absorbed by plants for photosynthesis purpose. So our surroundings carbon dioxide is absorbed by plants, and in the photosynthesis process, oxygen is released. So atmosphere, to the atmosphere, oxygen is, lot of oxygen is released in the noon time when the sunlight is very bright. But during the night times, photosynthesis process is absent. Why? Because there is no sunlight. You know well, there is no sunlight, there is no photosynthesis. So photosynthesis process is absent. So atmospheric carbon dioxide is not absorbed by the plants. But respiration process was performed by plants in the night time also. Already first I say respiration process performed by plant all the time. There is no condition of day and night. So in the night time, respiration process is very active. So outside carbon dioxide and excess carbon dioxide is added by plants in the process of respiration. Oxygen is absorbed by plants and carbon dioxide is released. So it is continuously in this process, the outside atmospheric carbon dioxide under the tree is increasing in the percentage. So our elder's suggestion is correct. So it is better to not sleeping under the tree in the night time. Then the more CO2 is formed in our surroundings, CO2 will release to atmosphere at the night time where the respiration process is very active in the plants. Children, already I say in previous slides, roots are respired by root hairs, where the soil gaps and soil spaces in the soil spaces, roots are absorbed oxygen by root hairs. And so here are lenticels are present. These lenticels are responsible for respiration in stem. There are small gaps and air spaces are present inside the stem. Through these lenticels, oxygen is enters into the stem. In the diffusion process, the stem, I say more information about diffusion process in the next slide. So in the diffusion process, oxygen is entered into the stem through these lenticels. So the lenticels are responsible. Lenticels are main organs for entry of oxygen into the stem, and the root hairs are main organs. Root hairs are main organs to entry of oxygen into the roots. Before fields, our farmers are plowed the agricultural fields well. Why? Because they are loose in the soil. Why? Because it is easy to entry of or penetrate of root into the soil. Then only it is allow the more oxygen. Lot of oxygen is available to the root. So then only our farmers are plowed before sowing the seeds. So here it is the general plants where are present in our surroundings. It is they are easily taken oxygen. The gases exchange takes place very easy inside the soil. What is general surroundings, but in some special conditions, in special surroundings, there are very difficult to take oxygen by the roots. What are the conditions? What is that location? So yes, that is a marshy location, muddy location, or waterlogged condition. In these conditions, plants' roots are not penetrate into deep. It is very difficult to take oxygen from the soil. So what? So how the plants' roots can get oxygen? So they are develops special roots known as aerial roots. They are developed special roots known as aerial roots, which are produced surface of the soil. In the waterlogged conditions or marshy conditions or muddy conditions, these plants, what are develops aerial roots, the plants are known as mangroves. Mangroves special modification, special roots are aerial roots. The aerial roots are absorbed oxygen from the outside surroundings. Why? Because the soil is muddy, soil is marshy, the waterlogged conditions are there. So oxygen availability is not possible to roots. So roots are developed outside surface. So then these roots, these special roots, these modified roots are known as aerial roots. These aerial roots are absorbs oxygen from the outside. So students observe this diagram. These are the special roots. These are the aerial roots. These are the special modification in the mangroves to get oxygen from the outside surroundings and our surface. So here also you observe the mangroves. Water develops outside of the body of the plant, and these are take oxygen from the outside. In the aerial, this process is aerial respiration. Why? Because respiration is taken by aerial roots. Hollow stem is another modification to this mangroves. This hollow stem also a modification to entry of oxygen is easy to our plants mangroves body. So I collect a video about mangroves. So observe the mangroves where the loamy and loosey soil, muddy soil. Plants also survive in this difficult condition. Also, there are special modification, special modified roots are there. The roots are known as aerial roots. These aerial roots are absorbs oxygen from the outside surroundings. Generally, the roots are absorbed oxygen from the soil, but here the soil is not possible. In this soil it is not possible to take oxygen. So the plants get oxygen from the outside through the aerial roots. So mainly diffusion process is performed by plants for gases exchange. Already you know the term of diffusion. Diffusion is a process where the transportation driven by concentration gradient. The gas is transported by higher concentration to lower concentration. Where the oxygen percentage is deficit, oxygen higher concentration from place, the oxygen is enter into the deficit place. Where the carbon dioxide is accumulated, so then the carbon dioxide is sent out where the carbon dioxide deficit place. So in this way, gases exchange takes place by the concentration gradient, higher concentration to lower concentration. It is the diffusion process. Mainly the diffusion process is main concept and the main principle in the gas exchange of the plants. So students, already I say the carbon dioxide is released in respiration, not only in human beings and other animals, but also in plants. Carbon dioxide is released in respiration. So how we prove that? How we prove that carbon dioxide is essential? It is carbon dioxide is released in the respiration process. It is very easy to prove. So in this activity, to prove this carbon dioxide evolving, we have some material, Bengal gram seeds, a plastic jar, lime water, small beaker, and how this process. My student Udayasri and Likta do this experiment at their home and post video to me. I share with you how we prove the carbon dioxide is releasing in the process of respiration in plants. The material we require, Bengal gram, lime powder. We prepare lime water with this powder, a glass jar and a small beaker. So before perform this experiment, we take seeds and soak the seeds for a day. In a bowl, we soak the dry seeds for a day. After soaking some hours, these soaked seeds we tie in a cloth pouch, cotton cloth pouch. That we don't disturb them for a day. We keep it in a corner, our home. We do this experiment in our house also. After one day, we collect the seeds. The soaked seeds are termed as the sprouted seeds. Yes, these sprouted seeds are equal to plants. These are baby plants. So we cannot put the plant inside the jar. So we take the sprouted seeds. That means baby plants. It is the form of baby plants. We keep these sprouted seeds into jar. So then the lime water is inserted into the jar. What happens after some time? Is the sprouted seeds respire? Is carbon dioxide released or not? Let's we see. If the carbon dioxide released, the lime water turns into milky color, milky white color. You know that carbon dioxide turns the lime water into milky white. Close the jar tightly. Why? Because outside air not interfere to inside the jar. After some hours, you collect the lime water that is turns into milky white. So in this way, it is the activity to prove the carbon dioxide is releasing in the plant's respiration. Before performing experiment, the lime water is like this. After performing experiment, carbon dioxide releasing, carbon dioxide is enter into the lime water, then the carbon dioxide turns into milky white like this. Students, in this session, I say some items about the respiration in plants. So I think you are understand and write these questions in your notebook. What are the respiratory parts in plants? And what is the importance of stomata in plants respiration? How diffusion occurs in plants respiration? What do you know about mangroves? How aerial roots used for mangroves in respiration? How do you prove that carbon dioxide is released in plants respiration? I already share a video to you, my students video I share, and you can contact your biology teacher about this experiment, how this experiment, what are the steps you can take. You ask suggestion of your biology teacher and do your activity in your home. So these are the attributions where I collect some videos and images for this class. So thank you, children. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.
శ్రీనివాస్ సార్ ఉందా సార్? శ్రీనివాస్ సార్, శ్రీనివాస్ సార్, జిల్కా శ్రీనివాస్ సార్, శ్రీనివాస్ సార్. ఓకే.